Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a few basic groundwork patterns. We've moved the hindquarters before, and today I'm going to show you how to move the front, the shoulder as well. Before I start any of these exercises, I like the horse to be as relaxed as they possibly can. So I always start with the head down, and I tell the horse to head down. And you've got to remember that you always use the same command, so it's not confusing for the horse. So it's quite an important one. As you can see, she's looking around a little bit, and it's a bit windy today, so head down. And it's just a nice place to start where they're a bit relaxed before we actually go into our groundwork pattern. From here, I'm going to move the quarters and I'm going to pop her into our clock face, and then I'm going to show you how to move the shoulder as well. So I always start on the left hand side of the horse. They're more used to everything being done that side, so it's a good place to start. And I will start this side and then just pop her straight into the clock face. So I have to be careful here that she doesn't rush, and at the moment she's running a little bit, so I need to just, if I pop my stick just there, that slows her down rather than her just rushing off, because sometimes she's a little bit too eager to please and she can just go through the exercise a little bit too quickly. So we're looking for the hind legs to cross. This hind leg where I'm pointing to with the stick here should be coming in front of that outside hind leg. That's it. And we're looking for a nice rhythm in this as well. Okay, so now I'm going to ask her to move her shoulder. So I need to direct my energy towards her shoulder. So before she moves, I need to think about her just taking almost a step back to be then able to make the turn. And as she's making the turn, this foreleg should be stepping, not in front, but behind like now. So behind, behind, behind. And I always use that whistle, which then just slows everything down and makes her realise that the exercise is over. So that's one way of moving the shoulder. As they get a little bit more advanced, you can ask with other aids, but firstly you need to just be able to direct your energy towards the shoulder and get her to step away. Not with the front foot in, not with this foot in front, but with it behind. Now some horses have different energy. Hers is always a little bit, she's always a little bit on the tense side. So you have to make sure that you're not using too much energy, that you lower your energy a little bit with a horse like this. Now some horses might find that exercise really hard to do, and what you'll have to do is just up your energy a little bit. So you'll need to be a little bit more assertive with your body language and a bit bolder about how you ask. But with her, I'm quite quiet about the way I ask for it. So moving the shoulders, and the way I just moved them is on quite a big circle, but eventually what you want to try to do is reduce that circle, and you want to almost have them pivoting on their hind legs. Now I can show you on the wall how to start to get the next phase of that exercise. Okay, so the next stage of that exercise is to be able to move the shoulder with the hind leg being a little bit stiller. So we can use the wall, which is going to kind of reduce the turn a little bit. And all I'll do is just keep that centre of mass back, and it becomes like a walk pirouette there, you see. So just by me directing my energy towards her shoulder, she then understands that I just want those shoulders to move. So now we've done moving the shoulders on the bigger circle, and then we've taken it to the wall there and moved the shoulders so it becomes more of a pirouette. We then see if we can do it out here where we don't have the support of the walls. So I'm just going to direct my energy a little bit towards the shoulder and step there, and then allow her just to sort of think about that before I give her any other commands. Then I'm going to go the other side, but before I do that I'm just going to go head down so that we put her back in that relaxed state, because she's one that really preempts everything. And then I'm just going to move the shoulder this way. So there the quarters went, and we don't want that. I want the shoulder to move. That's it, shoulder to move, like that, like that, good girl. You're going to move the shoulder to her right, and then I'm going to move it back to her left. Good girl. So tiny steps like that to start with, because asking for too many, it's more about the quality over the quantity. So I'll just do that again. I'll move her shoulders to her right, and that's me just thinking the exercise. I can almost just think it, and that's enough of my energy to get her to do it. Some of them you need to have more energy. Some of them you need to have more aids. Then we just try and get now the quarters moving, but then the shoulder moved. Very good. Good girl. Clock face is really good for strengthening the stifles and, you know, really getting them to recruit their abdominal muscles. You want to try to make sure that when you're asking for the clock face, although you want their kind of eye in line with the hip, you don't want them too low, because if they're too low like here now, that's putting too much weight on the forehand, and they're not really shifting the weight back like we really need them to do. Also, when you're asking them to move their shoulder, it's not that you want their head in the air, but you need to kind of just do that little aid to allow them to be able to move. And look, I'm just thinking it now, and she's doing it. I'm not really having to put lots of energy into it. She's particularly sensitive, so you have to be careful with what you show her, because she'll almost start to preempt things and then start making her own mind up. So you've got horses like that are more like they're preempting and they're going to make their own mind up. Then you've got other horses that will almost shut down. Because you've asked them to do something, they almost freeze on the spot. So it's just all about patience and learning how much energy you need to help them through the exercise. Moment, these exercises, the clock face, I'm directing my energy towards her hind leg. So I'm sending my energy that way, and I'm asking her to yield away from my energy. And then even with the shoulder here, the same thing. I'm asking her to move away from my energy. Eventually then we can start to put in other exercises and more lateral work, and we start to teach them to draw towards our energy. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of that now. So now I'm going to show you the difference, because I'm going to now draw the energy towards me. So I lift my stick a little bit, and with my body language I move and I ask her to follow me. Now I'm going to ask her to move towards me. So I'm drawing her towards me. Eventually we can start to make these exercises. As you can see, there's a little bit of crossing going on from a leg yield into a more of a half pass as we get cleverer at it.